This is my old keyboard. It's called the ADX MK062 and it's a 60% keyboard that costs around £50. And this is my new custom built keyboard and it costs around £80. Now should you buy this cheap, maybe really shit keyboard or a slightly more expensive but better keyboard? Now this keyboard costs around £50 and it has red switches which are not from any known company like Cherry or Gateron. So I'm pretty sure it's just like an Outemu switch. Also the stabs are bone dry. I looped 2 of the switches and also here's a sound test. That I had done a while ago because I was planning to upgrade it, but then I burned myself with the soldering iron because I couldn't afford a desoldering gun for a £50 keyboard. Also, the PCB is not hot swappable, making it difficult for someone who isn't experienced. The LEDs are also north facing, which causes trouble with some specific Cherry switches. Overall, it's an okay keyboard. However, you could use something like a GK61 and just lube the stabs and stabilizers, which would make it sound a lot better than this ADX keyboard. And this is a custom keyboard that I built, the GK61X, which Epo Maker made. I probably said the name wrong. It's a 60% keyboard, but it doesn't have any switches or keycaps, which makes it more user-friendly so you can customize it to your taste. The switches I used are Gateron Yellows, lubed with Krytox 20500, and the stabs are also lubed. And the keycap set are a set from Amazon which have Japanese sub-legends. Here's a typing test and also a side-by-side comparison. Now the keycap set that I use was on Amazon and costs around £30. It has Japanese sublegend and is PBT, which means it feels much nicer than your average ABS keycap set. Which is on most cheap keyboards like the ADX keyboard and most cheap mechanical keyboards on Amazon like the Dragon A552. Pros and cons for each keyboard are that the custom keyboard has a detachable USB-C cable so you can coil it or whatever, and the ADX keyboard doesn't. The ADX keyboard is fixed, so if you want to make it detachable, you have to get a custom daughter board. I don't know how you say it. Get out a custom board, you know, like solder the wires to the actual board and then make it, then cut a hole in the case. The custom keyboard also has Bluetooth compatibility and the ADX also doesn't have Bluetooth. And the custom keyboard also has 2-pin hot swap, which allows for easy replacement of switches if one isn't working or one has a bent pin because you have forced the switch in too hard. I might have done that. Now in conclusion, I would recommend the custom keyboard. Because of how user-friendly the keyboard is, you don't run the risk of breaking the PCB and you also have lots of choice because you can buy any switch or keycap set that you want. Now this is the reason why I don't really recommend the other side of the spectrum, which is the ADX keyboard, as you need a soldering iron to replace switches, also to reinstall the switches, and compared to this hot swap keyboard, it's much harder to take out the switches. After desoldering the switches multiple times while taking out the switches, I broke both pins. However, I still wouldn't recommend the keyboard because the typing experience is still bad and the switches are unlubed and the stabs are still bone dry, so it still sounds like crap. But yeah, that's it, and bye.